So it is 6:15 and we are going to drive into Dove Lake and have a look around. At this time of night you are actually allowed to go in, so let's go. In we go. So only so many people are actually allowed in because there's only so many allocated parking spots at Dove Lake, but you can go in now and you can still do all of the walks and you can see the wombats. So that's the plan. So I'll film it so you can see what it's like. If Graham just holds back a little bit, I won't get the vehicle in front of us. I hate it when other people are on the road and I'm filming. As you can see, the road in is just a bitumen road. Try not to get too close to the motorhome, please. And there's no one behind us, so there's no reason for you to go quickly. It's about 8 k's, I think, to get to the bottom, which is Dove Lake, which is where the hut is, a famous hut, one of the most photographed, iconic things in Tassie. This here is called Stony Creek. We just went over. So I don't really want to run this for a whole 10 minutes, so I'll just, if anything more interesting than this comes up, I'll just start recording again, otherwise I'm just going to put it on pause. So when we arrived here to do this trip after hours, there was a whole stack of cars at the boom gate and everybody was stuck. But Graham knew better.
I heard a whisper by somebody saying that if you proceed towards the gate when the lights aren't flashing, because it won't open up when the lights at the base of it are flashing, you have to continue moving over a couple of sensors and the gate should open. And there was a guy stopped in between the sensors and there was a heap of us lined up. So I went up to the front and got everyone to move back. So they cleared, there's 2 yellow marks on the road, so they cleared that marks and then they told him to drive slowly towards it and the gate should open. That's what I've been told, and that worked.
So that was really great. Otherwise, I don't know how long those people would have been sat there. There would have been probably about, 8 or so cars in front of us. So yeah, all good. Graham was the hero of the day. So as a result, we're all able to come in now. So there's 35 car parking spots available in the 2 car parks, I believe. Wow. So if you go in and you can't get in, it means the maximum amount of people have gone through the boom gate, which obviously has got some kind of AI and it won't let you in. Obviously, fingers crossed, we can get out without having to do anything specific. So yeah, we're hoping to have it to ourselves pretty much, so there won't be too many people wandering around. Maybe we'll be lucky and get to see a sunset, and around dusk time we should see the wombats. So let's see how we go, and if we can get everything accomplished today, then we might not need to get up early for us tomorrow morning and drive back in. We might just get the bus a little bit later. Anyway, as you can see, this is the condition of the road. It is a single file, so when you are driving in, if you are driving in the morning, that's fine, you can go in, no worries. But when you come out, for safety's sake, because the buses do pull over to a side when they know the other bus is coming through, you need to follow that bus out, which isn't difficult to do because they're running pretty much every 10 minutes anyway. So yeah, the road will get a little bit more narrower. So we took the bus in the other day, and they're constantly in contact with one another, and one of them will pull over to the side. Even that's a squeeze. Oh, looks like water's been falling down here. But yeah, that's the reason why you have to follow a bus out, so we don't get any catastrophic incidences. So just to illustrate my point, somebody that's come in earlier and just turned around and gone straight back out. See, there's a pullover point here. If you're on channel 15, you can actually hear other vehicles on the road if they've got their CBs on, but more importantly, that's the channel the bus drivers are on if you choose to follow one out. So that is Snake Hill that we've just driven past, and that's a walking track. So we know that sunset is around 7:20, and we know that the wombats come out around dusk.
That bloke's calling up.
It's going to be so dark out here tonight. I'm not sure whether we're going to get much of a sunset though. The clouds are really low. As you can see, this is no overtaking or passing on this stretch of road here. You can see a little bit of the mountain over there.
Good boys, great.
Yeah, 15.
That must be some sort of a maintenance area down there. As that is.
Go there.
This is the first car park you come to down here. This is, oh wow, it's looking nice. This might be where the wombats hang out.
Yes, the Wombies live here.
This is Ronnie Creek, and this is where the wombats hang out, just over there. We're just going to go down to the end a bit more. I'm so pleased it's not raining. Quite a contrast to the last couple of days. I did mention earlier in one of the videos I did this morning, we have extended again. This is Lilla Creek we just went over. We've extended our stay by an extra day now, an extra day, so we're not leaving until Tuesday. Saturday, Sunday and Monday are meant to be nice sunny days without any rain. So we'll be leaving on Tuesday.
In 58.
That's Graham on the radio letting people know what we're passing. Bit of low cloud, so I don't really know how things will pan out down here, but it doesn't matter. Either way, it'll be great. Wow, that's beautiful. Zooming in, hope I don't lose the focus. It's just so lovely. It's pretty lovely, even though it's got mist hanging over it. Okay, there's a few people down here at Lake Dove. So this is the car park. I'm going to stop this video because I want to go in further in and I want it to be the shorter video. So anyway, gave you an idea of the road, which is perfectly fine, perfectly doable. You don't need a four-wheel drive. You just need to come in at the right time and make sure that the muppet that's at the front knows how to operate the boom gate. Bye!